Welcome back everyone to Let's Play Sunless Sea with me, BrainBoy 20. Where we last left off, we had acquired our new not London. We've acquired our new home, our lodgings. We have our elegant townhouse. And there was a little something else I wanted to do. I actually wanted to consider retirement from seafaring life. I just wish to see. This allows you to, Sorry about that. I've already forgot the rules of this. Here you may catch up with your correspondence. Rest or retire altogether from seafaring life. The better your lot. Oh, never mind. Retire to an elegant townhouse. It's time to come home. For good. Nah. If you completed an ambition, this is unambiguously a win. Otherwise, perhaps, call it a draw. You must be retiring to at least an elegant townhouse. In any case, you have standards. Alright, anyway, our current objectives are, we are still looking for... I don't like the visit from the blind bruiser. We're still hunting down Avid Horizon. Yes, Avid Horizon, there it is. And we're also looking for Mount Palmerston. And there's also the various other quests that we're engaging in the meantime. Out of curiosity, there's several things I wanted to check out. How many secrets do I have? Or do I have none? Because it's... okay, just one. No, I have 7. You can barely see that, can't you? There's a little 7 just right down there. Oh well. We're gonna go to the shops. We're gonna purchase, like, 3 supplies. No, we're gonna purchase just 1. Maybe? Where, oh where do we get supplies from? I don't... oh, shipside provisions. That's... I'm stupid that I forgot about that. We shall buy 2 amounts of supplies, and we shall set off back towards the Avid Horizon with our new supplies in tow. Hopefully before things get dull, as usual we're going to stop by Hunter's Keep and we're going to continue our search for Mount Palmerston, considering we kind of need to go there before the blind bruiser gets a little antsy with us. 17 fuel is enough to carry us all the way to Avid Horizon, but will it be enough to actually locate what goes on in Hunter? Will it be enough to locate Mount Palmerston? That's another story altogether. Out of curiosity, how's the map looking? Maybe it's north of Polythereme. None of those other names look familiar to me from Mount Palmerston. Then again, Mount Palmerston usually isn't that far. At least that far from London, as to be above or further away than Station 3. Just haven't known it to be. We'll send out the Z-Bat. If anything good shows up, we'll check it out. No islands within range. We'll turn off our lights and we'll wait at port until something awaits us. Perfect timing. We'll have a little dinner date with Cynthia. Again. And we gained a terror, but we've gained supplies, and we've gained iron. Cynthia grasps your arm and whispers to you. Her eyes are wide and blue, her hair is wild and tangled. Bats might nest in it. It seems that you are sitting on a hillside above a wide blue lake, listening to a story of a murder, an axe, a net, blood on scented water. I'm acquainted with the sisters, but something has changed. Interesting. Ooh. Hunter's Keep in darkness. A hump of dark rock swathed in mist. like 100 other undersea islands. A grand house rises on the rock, a silhouette empty of lights. The uncut grass on the lawn bends, rises, bends again in the breeze. You smell damp stone, and faintly, blood. Go up to the house, crunch across the gravel, up to the door. The brass of the door knocker is tarnished. The paint is beginning to peel in the salt sea air. No one answers, but the door is unlocked. 61%, Amira's quality is 31, so it's actually in my interest to ask my first officer, speak to, could you improve my mirrors slightly? I'll use 3. No, I'll use a 4 if it's easier to gain secrets than it is to, well, easier to redo these challenges, and we're at 69%, good enough. Words in darkness. The hall is dark, the parlor, too. There are signs of disturbance here and there, a smashed cup, an overturned piano stool, scratches on the walls. You bend to pick up a page of paper and hold it to the light. It is an unfinished poem. You think that the handwriting may be Phoebe's. The absent moon, the gnawing hunger in the heart, the well, the sea, a great many crossings out. There are sounds from downstairs, from the kitchen. You push open the door cautiously. Something clings to the ceiling. Something turns yellow eyes to you and hisses. You've gained 10 fragments. Something, somewhere, has changed. Gained 1 terror, I've succeeded in the quality, and have explored the silent house on Hunter's Keep. A quiet isle, a grand old house. The yellow thing in the kitchen. The yellow-eyed maid clings to the ceiling like a lizard, fierce and weary in her ragged uniform. She hisses furiously. When you advance a step, she scurries away to the far end of the room, still on the ceiling, weeping. Whoever or whatever she is, she's suffering. If we coax her down, we'll catch her with a net. She's dangerous, and somehow, you suspect, you may not have much time. I'm a nice old chap, or at least I should be. We'll coax her. What do maids eat? The diet of domestic servants is a mystery to you, of traumatized, ceiling-clinging maids, who may not even be human, still less so. You offer her milk, bread, wine, ship's biscuits. She shakes her head and cries like a wounded fox. We're going to try again. The house on Hunters keeps aflame. Later, you are certain that the fire began in the turret behind the house, but it spreads quickly. Zayless tumble choking from the door as the smoke billows out. The yellow-eyed maid leaps from window and streaks across the lawn on all fours. Watch. It's all you can do. The death of Hunter's Keep. Flames lick about the garbles. The spine of the house breaks with a roar as the roof falls in. Sparks fly up towards the false stars so far above. The death of the house takes hours, but it is total. Only a cindered shell remains. You now have 1. A port report. Keep's end. Phoebe's fate is lost in fire. I have a memory of a distant shore. The house is a blackened shell. Hunter's Keep in ruins. The lawns are weedy meadows, walked by the wind. The gravel paths have sunk to mud. The house is a jumble of charred stones and timbers. Pick over the ruins of the great house. Fungus and cavern vines already reclaiming the masonry. A presence in the ruins. No one has come to reclaim Hunter's Keep, despite its proximity to London. Here's one, a porcelain heart untouched by flames. The place has an eerie reputation. One of your sailors cocks an ear. You look questioning. I thought, she says, for a moment, I thought I heard a woman singing. I have an outlandish artifact. Gained a tale of terror. The looking in the ruins. Has anything changed? I guess that was my mistake. Hunter's Keep is now dead. I guess we aren't returning here anytime soon. I was actually afraid that the map would have changed a little bit, although I've never actually encountered this storylet before. This is entirely new to me. I'm not even sure I handled that well. I think I should have boosted my statistics a little bit before trying that. Oh well. We shall continue searching. I think that quality Phobe's death means that that was something I could have prevented had I not failed so miserably with my stats. Oh well, we're close to the salt lions. I'm going to at least test to see if I can grab something from them relatively quickly. It's still irritating to me. We're rolling up into a fog bank. Hopefully none of the undersea creatures decide to attack me. And it's really hard to get the accent down to say unto Z. To say it with a hard Z. Unfortunately, it's rather difficult. Okay, a jellyfewer. Lights off. Curses. Nope, the darn thing knows. Okay, fine then. Fine then, we'll fight you. We will fight you, you son of a gun. Full reverse. I thought I was going forward, but I can see that I was wrong. You see, this thing hurts. All the damage we healed, this one jellyfluer just took it out from us. Jellyfluer's end. The jellyfluer. Is it a young jellyfish? Alas, a subspecies. Do the dreams of jellyfish become real? In any case, now it's a sick, sad slick of goo dissolving into the Z. Scoop it up. Perhaps you can eat it. Better yet, perhaps your sailors can. Let it disperse. Watch its oil rainbow colors fade. Sure, why not? A face. From above, the jellyfluer's cap does look a little like a woman's face. She dissolved like smeared paint. I know the Z story. I hate the fact that it dealt so much damage, but this is why you don't fight Z creatures, at least not at our state. I prefer to stick to human opponents, if you don't mind. Anyway, let us dock at the Salt Lions, and we'll do assaults right. And get an extraordinary implication. We might have gained 7 terror, but that's okay. We'll compile a port report, and let us leave. Full speed ahead, continuing onwards to see if we can find Mount Palmerston. No isle within range. I would almost like to go down, just to, south, just to see on the off chance that it might be there. But odds are it's not. I can't get that lucky. Maybe it's unlucky. Oh well, we'll explore that place on the way back, considering it will probably be there. I know I'm checking the map every so often. Or way too often. I'm just checking to make sure I'm not going somewhere I'd rather not. No islands within range. What about that island directly to the north? I'll stop bothering you. We're stopping by Avid Horizon anyway. What ship is this? Oh, it's just a cruiser. Never mind. All clear. We're not fighting. We're not raising the black flag just yet. This must be the Void's approach. The air crackles with frosty radiations. To the north, the false stars fail in the darkness. I could have sworn there was a small island here. I might as well check it out. must say, this is certainly eerie. We hit the snowbank. Let's turn around. It's no good to us being in it. You can still tell you're in the snowbank if there's another light nearby that shows you moving so bloody slowly in respect to it. We're gonna see if we can skirt the edge. Green glass and basalt. Salt and silence. Chapel of lights. You know, we'll stop by here on the way back. With that little thing I mentioned. What is this? What be this? Land ho? Whatever it is, we shouldn't bother. It's already hard enough to traverse to the avid horizon. A fallen stone. Now and then, rocky fragments fall from the roof of the Neath. The deck of older ships are pocketed with scars. The sound is one no landlubber knows, and no sailor will ever forget. As when it smashed the glass of deck binnacle. "Ill omen," one sailor cries. "The god in the roof is angry. Storm is angry." Do nothing. Storm, one of the three nameless gods of the sea, an absurd superstition. Only we can make a sacrifice to avert misfortune. In the stories, Storm is the noisiest, angriest, and least reasonable of the sea gods. Better not to take chances. Assault has been kind. I'd rather not tick off storms, though. And my gentleman seems to be a bit more unhinged. His account of his portrait, so why not? A simple rite. Your sailors know the words. You mumble them. A gift of wine and fish is suitable, marked with the captain's blood. Ow! Bound with copper wire and cast overboard from the bow. The package bobs for a moment, and then is sucked beneath the ship. I've gained Storm's attention. Lost one terror and lost one supplies. An ancient anger knows me. Let's hope that doesn't bite me. That doesn't bite me in the rear. Anyway, to the nice pearly gates. First things first, strategic information. We did this literally the last episode, so we're not going to bother reading that. We're not going to look to the stars, and we'll continue gathering intelligence. Now, before we leave... do I want to do that? What's my map look like? I don't think that I'm... No, wait, Chapel of Lights. Never mind. Never mind, I'm still good. Journal, or officers. Sigils, navigator. I'd like to speak with you over some fish. Yes, now's good. Thank you. Invite him to dine with you. He has an admirable appetite for so slight a fellow. Forgetfulness. Seconds and thirds disappear in small, hasty morsels. He is nervous, and not a gifted conversationalist. You do your best to plug the silence. When you ask about his past, he winces. I can't say, my lord. This... He taps the livid sigil on his temple, which twitches like a scorpion's sting. Has burned away my memories. I recall I have a brother, but not his name or where he is. I remember the names of the ships I've served on, the Implicit, the Bonnie Swan, but not their crew. How did he come by the sigil? He clutches his head. I don't know. Thinking about it is like a fire in my skull. He grits his teeth. Someone must have hated me very much to curse me with it, but I can't even remember my enemy. I've lost one supply. Your navigator's sigil has devoured his memories. He cannot recall his past. We shall speak to him again. Captain! Captain! My sleep is riddled with dreams, my lord. Dreams of bells and candles. The destination. He paces the deck. I see a lonely house lit by tallow and wick. A bell is ringing. It rings now. Do you hear it? He scratches at his sigil, which has begun to bleed. Do you know this place, Captain? Can I plot a course? Place of candles and bells. A chapel of lights. A northern church where no sin is too terrible. Let us go. Let us shove off to the Chapel of Lights. At least there I can pick up some supplies for free, or at least feed the hunger and stave off the supply drain of 6 to 5. At least I hope we get there fast enough. In fact, I might burn some extra fuel just to do that. In fact, why not? Full power to the engines. The engine temperature might be high, but I'd rather not get there and use supplies. We'll eat of the chapel's bounty, and I thank you. I'm not going to attend a chapel service yet. I'm not made of supplies. Not now, at least. But we'll gather intelligence. What occurs here between the darkness and the light, which we only get the port report? Your sigil-ridden navigator races towards the chapel. This is the place. Hark! The bell! You give chase. Within, the air is heavy and hushed. You enter to see your navigator shaking a smiling priest by the collar. It led me here. Tell me what it means. Look at it. Look at it. The priest disentangles himself as politely as possible. I'm sure we can find a path to put you on, my friend. He examines the sigil with the professional air of a collector, but we will need your help in return. Pay our price. Our stores are running low. If we cannot feed our congregation, our mission must end. Can you provide? The fresher, the better. Your navigator has nothing. He pleads for your help. Or pay another price. The priest slips his arm around your shoulder. For you, a lesser payment, he whispers. Post no guards on your ship tonight. Ask no questions. In the morning, perhaps you would like to join us for breakfast. A red and white smile. Forgot we needed live specimens for this. Oh well. I don't even know what happens next, nor do I even know where to get live specimens. But shove off. We've been fed, and we're on our way to Polythereme. No islands to report. Disappointing, really. I almost feel like throwing some people overboard just so we don't lose our supplies. Then again, I'm kind of somewhat to blame, considering I had intended to do this. Tides of Appetites are a long way southeast. Palmerston's reach. There's Brimstone on the wind. We are close. We are so very close. To Mount Palmerston, and then to Polythereme. This Brimstone. I recognize this place. We still have the recent news too, which is quite incredible. Discovered Port Palmerston. And we also discovered one of the most epic soundtracks of the game, in my opinion. Mount Palmerston. Brimstone. Always Brimstone. Sullen lights glow green at the jetty's edge. Behind the port buildings, the island is knee-deep in ash. There are ruins here and there of houses destroyed by fire. Far above, the mountain's top flickers red, just for an instant. We're not going to do something so drab as exploring the island. But let's chat to the port folk about the Brimstone Convention. There was a revolution in hell, and the aristocracy of the devils fled here. Here, they plot in exile. A shrug and a curse. They don't do us any harm. They stay up there, and we stay down here. If hell's fighting itself, that's good for us all, isn't it? Deliver your smuggled souls. A hooded figure with a lantern waits at the far end of the quay. You give a hooded shape a sign of recognition. It hisses at the reply you expected. You hand over the crate and receive a chitty marked with a thief's sign. You receive your promised remuneration in London, and I've delivered souls to Mount Palmerston. Well, might as well go up to the crater. They say the road to hell is paved with good intentions, but the road to the Brimstone Convention is paved with cinders. Up the road. Do they admit visitors to the Brimstone Convention? Probably not, but you never know. They might sell tickets. Above the bay. Look down and see Palmerston like a toy and the ruins like growl. You've come far, but the volcano's cone still rears above you. Rest a little before you go the last half-mile. The Wistful Deviless. The road to the crater ends at a brass gate at the in the crater. Let me try that again. The road to the crater ends at a brass gate in the crater wall. Beside it stands an oddly charming little cottage. It's thrown together from pumice and basalt, but it features honeysuckle. An equally charming deviless in a tea gown leans against the cottage wall, twirling a parasol and fanning herself. I am the guardian of this place. I am the guardian of this place, she remarks languidly. You may not pass, but can I offer you a cup of Ameliaria tea? Tea with the deviless? Ameliaria? That's not one of the poisonous ones, is it? I'm pretty sure it's not. No, thank you. You haven't brought a sufficiently long spoon, perhaps. I'm pretty sure it's not. I mean, what's the worst a devil can do to me? Terror in a tea gown? No doubt she'd be much less pleasant if you tried to break down that gate, but just now, she's a courteous, soft-voiced woman in a tea gown. The tea is hot and nutty and rather pleasant. She asks about your voyages. She's desperate for news of London, of its mists, its nights, its sicks, its pours, its fires. She tactfully turns aside questions about the convention, but she shares some secrets of the Neath. Come and see me again, she says. Next time you're here, she shrugs gracefully. Bring me a present, if you like. We could dig among the ruins, but that uses supplies. I'd rather not. And the shops here we can purchase some supplies for arguably relatively cheap. Ooh, so here's where we could buy Zoop. Ambiguous Eolith. Oh well. I'm going to purchase 2 supplies, just in case. I didn't mean to do that. Let's shove off now, shall we? We finally found Port Palmerston, and with it we're heading back to Polythereme. Through the tides of appetite. We'll probably end the episode here, as time is almost up. Honestly, I should have ended it at Palmerston, but oh well, I'm already on my way. Perhaps for long journeys like this, I should concern myself with getting 12 or so supplies before heading out. 12 or so supplies. No, 20 or so bits of fuel. I don't know what's so wrong about me Just not remembering the difference between fuel and supplies. Then again, I could also use people. Who knows? Please ignore the face that's contorting in the sea. We don't question those things in polythereme. Oh, no, try not to get eaten. Right. Let's gather intelligence as normal. And we shall carry some claymen to London. Is there anything else? You know, not really. I mean, casks of sapphires. I can't even afford anything. Oh well. I believe that's where we'll end the episode here, with a final note. Clayman, marked for London. Good day. I will not cause trouble. And with that, we'll end the episode here. Hope you've all enjoyed watching. This has been BrainBoy 20 with Let's Play Sunless Sea, and I am signing off.